you say about the two girls who were being trafficked as your little angels who taught you a lot? They also feels that you are connecting more than a few children in India, and you are really bringing a lot of comfort to their lives. What have they taught you?
Oh my God, humility, humility and and joy with very little that they have. You know, they smile. I mean, my goodness, they have nothing, but they're always smiling and they're happy. I mean, that's what I see when I'm there, and I'm there for not a long periods of time. I'm sure there are tantrums, but for me, I see joy on their faces. When I met those two girls, I did not know in the beginning why they would sit away from the group. This was in 2007. I didn't understand. They looked really sad. They looked, but you know, here I was volunteering. My whole mission was to come to India, volunteer for 2 months, and then come back to my life here, thinking I've done something for humanity, and I'm back. You know, like that's it. I've done it. Not. It was for my benefit. I had, you know, I wanted to use the 2 months I had. Little did I know what would start. If you'd asked me in 2007, what is your intention of going to India and volunteering in a school? I would have said, well, you know, I want to give something back to the community. In some ways, those two girls really broke my heart when I found out, but I couldn't ask questions. I was told not to speak to them about what had happened. And it was only when I came back that I thought, I want to help these two girls. What can I do? You know, and they, you know, I said I will educate whatever they want to do. I mean, I didn't even know academically how bright they were. And, you know, they were into beauty, and, you know, they did a beautician course, a henna course, and they have their own salon now. So
Wow.
one is in Orissa, and the other one is at the moment is planning to go to Bangalore, but I'm not entirely sure.
There seems to be a lot of people in your life of the same type. So let me explain what I'm saying. These two girls who you were not supposed to ask them any questions, and your aunt who you were not able to or were not asked, didn't ask her any questions. Have you ever wondered why a similar pattern is getting pulled in your life, where you seem to be restraining yourself from asking questions and seeking your answers? It seems like you need to be finding your answers in the silence rather than finding your answers any other way.
That's a very good question. A very good question. With the two girls, it was the honorable thing not to ask, because they had been, you know, they were being protected. And so it was listen, I can ask lots of questions. So it wasn't, but you're right, there's a good point, and I'll come to it, but I was told not to speak to them too much about I mean, I spoke to them about their childhood, for instance, and, you know, they were from Nepal, and but the last week, they were very shy and they were very scared. So, you know, they were young. So yes, not to ask. That's what I was told. But one of the things I know, my parents were much older. My mother was a grandmother when she had me, so it was almost like, you know, here and then a girl is born. And so I kept very quiet. I kept, you know, like when I was growing up, I would work very hard and get grades, good grades. And if I had to go on stage and get my award, I'd be petrified. Even now, I don't like attention on me at all. So that's just, I guess that's my nature. I'll do things quietly, and people will know. I don't need to shout about what I'm doing or what I'm. Does that make sense? No?
I'm coming back to you.
So